Why does this channel exist? Why do we do what we do? We dress up in funny clothes. Yep, people make fun of, whatever weird hat I'm wearing that day when I'm doing a cooking episode. But it's what we do. Why do we cook recipes, food from 200 or 300 years ago? Why do we do that? Why do we make dugout canoes or log cabins? Tools, blacksmithing. We do everything the hard way. If there's a hard way to do it, that's the way it's done. Why do we do that? Why do we study history and paintings and journals? Well, sometimes I just do things because I want to do them, right? That isn't always. Sometimes I have to, step back, think about it a little bit. John, okay, why am I doing the thing I'm doing? History is really, really important. It gives us perspective. And what do I mean by perspective? Sometimes we've got to stand outside of ourselves to think about what we're doing. It's like, you gotta pay attention to what you're doing sometimes. We live lives on automatic many times. We're not really thinking about it. We're just living day to day. This is what I'm gonna do today. This is the way I can get through today so I can get home and, relax. We don't think about sometimes why we do things or where we're gonna end up in 10 years or 20 years, right? We're not thinking ahead. History gives us that ability to look back and see what happens. And, maybe that history, although we're studying history 200 and 300 years ago, we can also study our own history, probably just as important or more important. But we need to look at this so we can get perspective to understand what's really happening. We want quick answers. We want the immediate solution. We want things to be perfect. We want it to happen fast and with no energy input. It's never like that. If we study history, we understand that things take forever to happen. They're happening in like glacially, just, taking decades for things that we want to happen immediately. This current project we're working on, the smokehouse, right? It's like, well, this should take, a week of prep time and we'll be able to shoot it in 3 or 4 days and it'll be done. No, nope. It's taking 10 times that effort to make it happen. And that's truly one of the reasons why we do history. It's one thing to study it in a book, but it's totally different to put on the funny clothes and to get out the tools or, get the food together and start cooking it. That's learning. You can't understand a thing until maybe you try it, and even better if you teach it. That's how I learn about what I'm doing, is because I'm, doing it and teaching it, and so it's a wholly different experience. This channel isn't always, it doesn't exist just for history, but it also exists for a creative outlet. I love being creative, and so, that's a lot of fun for me. And it's also not just me. This channel is also got the creative energy and the other energy of the people that are part of this team. I can't make videos by myself, not like these. So, you've seen Ryan, you've seen Brandon in videos, and of course the people behind the scenes, Aaron and Caleb, and many other people at Townsends make the videos possible. I couldn't do what I do without them standing beside me and, giving their input about whether a video works or what we should be talking about, how it should look. There's a lot to what we have here. And I really enjoy the ability to work with these other people to give me perspective about how we should be making these videos. Nothing quite like it. But the videos are here on YouTube, and that is another part of the puzzle, an important part of the puzzle that we might not think about in the first point, but let's think about that for a second. YouTube is an incredibly powerful tool. Our videos would not be anything like what they were like if it was happening someplace else in some other way. The feedback that happens because of YouTube is something that even I don't understand at times. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around it. There's a scientific idea or even truth that things are, and I mean just like anything, is affected, changed by someone watching it. And I don't mean videos or people or animals. I mean actually physical items. There are, studies where they would look at electrons and they act differently when they watch them and when they don't watch them. That's weird. It's hard for me to wrap my brain around some of that stuff. So, generally I don't do that. But I know how that works in a way here on YouTube. The feedback that we get, now you'd think something like maybe comments, right? But I don't mean just comments. I mean by the tiny fact of just watching a video affects what's going to happen with the next video. People watch a video, they don't watch a video. That makes a big difference about what the next one and the next one is going to be. And the comments even more so. So I don't always read comments. It can be bad for a creator to read every comment and certainly take everyone to heart. That will make you stop making things in a hurry. But I read a lot of comments. And other people read comments for me to help sort of, control how much that changes me, because I don't want to be, too affected by that. But every comment changes what's happening with the channel, makes the next video hopefully just a little bit better. So you, even right now, are a big part of why the channel is the way it is. You're part of why we do it too. There's no reason for me to make a video if nobody is watching. No reason at all. So we're here because of you. And the content is the way it is because it needs to be that way. For you, for me. Do I understand, everything about why it is the way it is? No, I don't need to. I don't need to understand every little underlying component and all the dynamics of why the channel is the way it is. I love making these videos. I love being able to educate people about the 18th century. It is something that I don't know if I could do without right now. So thank you for being part of what we do, for coming along on this journey, for affecting the next video right now. Thank you so much for all that you do, and thanks for watching.